lied to us, but he's still my father. I know I can't stop you, but I know somewhere in there, my father just thinks he's watching out for us.
It's good to... Wow, you're back. I wouldn't call us rebels. I mean, we don't agree with the Overseer, but we still love... Mom and little Monica got caught in the fires. I tried to get them out. I know it wasn't your fault, but my dad doesn't think as highly of you. You wouldn't want to hear what he said he'd do to your dad, either. Bye.
It's good to see you again.
How may I serve you, mistress? Ah, another patient. Yes, a rather unfortunate incident. In all the... Obviously, I had no choice but to amputate. Human problems for human hearth. I don't trouble myself with such petty affairs. But of course, with your father's departure. And so he named me the new Vault... Of course. Oh, back again. Actually, I've been reassigned to cleaning detail. My first How may I serve you, mistress?
Hey, what's the word? Catch you later. Maybe.
It's good to see you again. Oh, it's good to see you're back from outside. Oh dear, we aren't asking for anything special. The vault, I guess they try to forget the poor souls who never came back from out there. My poor grandson Jonas died is what happened. They say it was just an... Hey.
You're alive! I hate that this whole thing has turned us against our families, but we just can't keep living down here forever. A lot of security got wounded, and worse. In all the confusion, we still don't know who's responsible for some of them. Bye.
You've got to change the Overseer's mind.
I hope you're making progress with my father. But he's still my father. He may have made terrible choices that night, but maybe he has some reason.
Just fine.
Man, I sure wish we could blow this joint.
Well, I see you've done with the dust. Well, I assume you're talking about the unpleasant. Jonas and your father were endangering the future success. I did what I had to do. Spoken like someone who's never. And what makes you I won't risk. They have to understand that to keep them from making the same mistake. Some of us already lost loved ones out there long. To fix. We can make more. That's what you. The mission of this vault has always been to ensure a safe haven for pure humans. I expect. Well, First of all, I didn't kill Jonas. Jonas was going to. And what makes you so. I admit, in the 200 years since the war, our numbers have dwindled a little, but we have enough genetic diversity for a few more generations. My God, you're right. We won't last another 100 years, whether or not we get supplies from the outside. We're the last bastion of pure humanity, and we're doomed. I wish I could share your optimism. My way won't save our vault's mission. But if I let them contact the outside world, But I'm not the one to lead them in that. I'm stepping down as overseer. I'll tell Amata that I can think of no more appropriate leader than...
It's good to see you again.
Amata, everyone, listen closely. After a discussion with your friend, I've made an important decision. In my attempts to keep us all safe, I have been, perhaps, overzealous. Lives have been lost, but perhaps worse than that, lives have been stopped. And in my attempts to keep you safe, I have kept you from growing up. I know I have made these mistakes, and I would make them again if I had to do so. That is why I cannot remain your overseer.
Father!
Amata, I appoint you overseer in my place. You've proven you have what it takes to make hard choices for the good of the vaults. I'm just sorry I didn't understand that earlier. Consider it one of many mistakes I've made.
Thank you, Father. I'll do my best to keep us all safe, inside the vault and beyond.
You're welcome, my dear. And now, if you'll excuse me, I feel quite worn down. We'll deal with the details soon, in private. Until then, I'm sure there are people waiting to congratulate you. You don't belong here anymore.
I just heard. My father says he's stepping down as over... Well, thanks for keeping your cool and not resorting to violence. That sort of thing would only... It's time for our dusty old vault to have a new beginning. And it'll start by opening it up again. And this time, for good. It's a bright new day for the vault, but I'm afraid there's one thing that has to change. I know you are, and on behalf of the vault, I thank you for all you've done. But there are still many who blame you for everything that happened. So I have to ask you to leave. I'm sorry, but the situation is just too delicate for you to stay. Please, if you really want to help the vault, you have to go. We can never really thank you enough for everything you've done. It's not much, but take this with you to remember us by. It'll be a while before we're actually ready to go outside. But once the vault is stable again, maybe we'll see you out there. So, I guess this is goodbye for now. But with luck, we'll meet again.
Good to see you.
I'm sorry, but you have to leave. Goodbye.
It's good to see you again.
Man, I sure
Good
wish we
riddance.
could blow this joint.
Get out!
It's a shame you gotta go, but you'll do okay out there, I'm sure. It's a shame you gotta go, but you'll do okay out there, I'm sure. I never thought you'd be back. It's a shame you gotta go, but you'll do okay out there, I'm sure.